Rain has stopped. All of you have chosen to be here spending a wonderful pre-Thanksgiving lunch with your fellow Rotarians. Providing today's invocation is Rabbi Ralph Mecklenburg from the Temple Bethel congregation. He will be followed by our rendition of the Star Spangled Banner, accompanied by Harriet Harrell, Principal, the Harrell Group. Rabbi Ralph.
It is Thanksgiving season and thus soon to be rodeo time. So let us be thankful for all that makes this community special. From bucking broncos to art museums, from Cowgirl Hall of Fame to the Van Cliburn Piano Foundation, from the zoo to the Japanese tea garden to this Rotary Club, and so much more. A community can scarcely be any better than its citizens. So we thank you, O God, for the local populace, gloriously multicultural, of every race and religion, native-born and from other nations round the globe, whose generosity, honesty, and good citizenship make all of this possible. O God, we thank you for this weekly opportunity to be together, enjoying one another's friendship, and considering how we might make Fort Worth and vicinity, and then our nation and world, still better. More peace, less hunger, less illness, more love. For the food we have enjoyed and the challenges we share, O God, we praise and thank you, eternal source of blessing. Amen.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare of bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Ralph and Harriet. Next week is Thanksgiving, and today, let's pause to give thanks to the wonderful staff of the Fort Worth Club who are here every Friday, making sure that our members and guests have a lovely meal. Thank you, Fort Worth Club staff. Also, we have another opportunity to share our gratitude for service, this time to the men and women in the U.S. Navy who are serving on the USS Fort Worth. On the tables today, you'll see several things, but I'd like to call attention to the holiday cards. Each year, we write holiday greetings to the sailors on the USS Fort Worth. This year, members of the Young Women's Leadership Academy Interact Club are also sending their greetings to the shipmates on the Fort Worth. Please take a few minutes at some time during this hour to share a few words of encouragement with these young Americans who are volunteers and who will most likely be spending the holiday on board the ship protecting us. Thank you. I now want to welcome Rotarian Gina Scholl to the podium to extend a hearty welcome to our guest. Gina.
Thank you, Madam President. We have a packed house today, thanks to all of our members who brought guests with them. When you hear your name called, will you please stand up so we can properly recognize you? U.S. Army Lieutenant Cole Sherhart, who is a guest of Wayne Tremere. We have Dr. Brandon Chakowski, who is a guest of Ed McGlynn. We have Irene Chase, who is a guest of past President Carlo Capua. Welcome. David Farrell, who's a guest of Dr. Cheryl Harding. Joe Cortez, who's a guest of Linda Lopez. Lynn Downing, who's a guest of Michelle Krim. And we have a whole table filled from member Brad Nolan. Brad, thank you for having so many friends. We have Grace Nowlin, thank you. We have Irma Allen, thank you. Jeremy Pruitt and Brian Hawker. Leanne Embry and Jay Irizzo. We have Cindy Peck, Julie Rosick, Gary Anderson, Jack Ogle. Thank you, Brad Nolan, for all of those wonderful guests today. We also have Scott Ryder from guest or member Ed McGlynn. We have Braden Lambert from Mark Kimball, guest today. We have Linda Boswell from member Rebecca Montgomery. And we have Allie Collins, who's a guest of Stay How. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Gina. We are happy to have all of our guests here today and hope you'll come back again soon. And thank you to the CALF program, Children's Activities for Life and Fitness, for sponsoring today's meeting. As part of the Cowtown Marathon's mission to promote a lifelong love of fitness, the CALF program was created in 2009 to help tens of thousands of area children lace up and cross the finish line. Their staff and volunteers visit approximately 400 schools across North Texas annually, training students in proper running techniques and educating them about resting heart rate, the importance of hydration, proper nutrition, and living an active lifestyle. Thank you for being our sponsor, and thank you to Brad Nowlin for making it happen. It is a tradition of the Rotary Club of Fort Worth to say together the four-way test, a guide written in 1932 by Herbert Taylor, a Chicago Rotarian, which underscores Rotary's values of integrity. Please join me. Number 1, is it the truth? Number 2, is it fair to all concerned? Number 3, will it build goodwill and better friendships? And number 4, will it be beneficial to all concerned? Thank you. And now for another tradition of our club, it's time for the newscast. There's been a lot of news this week, and today's newscast will be given by Mitch Reitman, Principal Reitman Consulting Group. Mitch.
Well, thank you. I feel about as welcome as a Saudi Crown Prince in an Associated Press convention. First, for the weather. It's foggy out there. No issues at the airports, but at Rick's Cabaret, 2 runways have been closed. Congress passed a resolution on Wednesday to release the Epstein files. When President Trump was asked Wednesday afternoon about what he's going to do with the Epstein bill, he said, "I think I paid it." Several people who are friends with Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell said that they were very close. Apparently, she's still finishing his sentences. Middle Eastern officials met with Secretary of State Marco Rubio and asked if he could tell them what the president's intentions are. He said, "You know, I ask myself that every morning." The on-again, off-again relationship with North Korea is off again. President Trump said he will not be called names or bullied by a fat-faced little rocket man. President Trump also sent Nicolas Maduro of Venezuela a letter that mentioned that our military capabilities are much stronger than his. He ended the letter by saying, "I look forward to being friends, but if not, I will kill you." Last week was Veterans Day, when the entire country applauds people in uniform. It's the exact opposite of a Dallas Mavericks game. In College Station last Saturday, a DPS trooper bumped into two Aggie players as he was leaving the field. When asked why he was in such a hurry, he said he was just trying to get to the bathroom before the lines got too long. In England, Prince Andrew has been stripped of his princely titles and has been evicted from the Royal Lodge. The order also stipulates that when he asks his servants to change the TV channel, they no longer have to say, "Yes, Your Royal Highness." With Andrew out of the picture, if 5 members of the royal family die, Meghan Markle, an American, will be next in line to be queen. This isn't a secret. Prince Harry's been using this as a pickup line for years. Kamala Harris delivered a speech at Yale this week. She mocked President Trump by wearing a Russian hat. Not to be outdone, President Trump mocked her by being president. President Trump is concerned that his staff is leaking information to the press. We know this because the staff leaked this information to the New York Times. And finally, Landman returned for its second season with daughter Ainsley being admitted to TCU with priority status as a walk-on cheerleader. And my page stuck together. She only had to meet TCU's minimum requirements for admission, although her outfit on the show barely meets the minimum requirements for a swimsuit at the Rivercrest Country Club. If you haven't seen Landman, and I can't get my page out. If you haven't seen Landman, it's just a remake of the 70s show's Dallas with more sex and cussing. In last week's episode, a well struck oil, but there's no blowout like in the old movies. The only blowout on TV last week happened to TCU in Utah. The weather this week can be cloudy and cooler with a chance of thunderstorms. Well, don't complain. If it wasn't for the weather, we could never end the newscast.
Thanks, Mitch. There's nothing like taking risk. We have several other items of business today, starting with an important announcement about the upcoming We Care holiday event for the Boys and Girls Club in East Fort Worth. Sharing all the details is a member of our Community Service Committee, Kelly Lauder, Senior Advisor, Engage FI. Kelly, tell us about We Care.
Thank you, President Ann. So I am very excited to share a wonderful opportunity for us to give back this holiday season. On Tuesday, December 9th, from 3 to 7 p.m., we'll be partnering with the Greater Tarrant County Boys and Girls Club for the annual We Care event located at their ranch. A really big shout out to our friends at WRG and Miller Knoll for their sponsorship, and they truly make this day possible along with our amazing volunteers. If you haven't ever been to We Care, it's all about bringing some holiday magic to the lives of kids who truly need it the most. I understand we're expecting around 200 kids this year, so it's a pretty significant event. Many of these young kids come from very challenging situations, and this event is one of the brightest moments of their holiday season. So we've got at least 30 volunteer opportunities we're trying to fulfill. We're desperately needing chaperones for the kids. It's an easy job. If I can do it, anybody can do it. We also need face painters, crafters, carolers is another role. So there's a great opportunity for all of you to use your skills and come out and be a part of this event. On a personal note, when I joined Rotary 3 years ago, this was actually the first volunteer event I ever went to for Rotary, and it really left a lasting impression. So whether you're new to the club, whether you've been a longtime member and you've just never participated, I really encourage you to come out and be a part of something that's become a tradition for our club. After all, the We Care holiday event is a perfect example of what Rotary stands for in service above self. If you have any questions, there's a QR code on the screen. There's a QR code on your tables and a sign-up sheet, so if you want to just manually complete it, there's also a QR code and Rotograph this week. Feel free to reach out to Greg Carter, who's back there on that side of the room, to myself, to Aurora. We're happy to help you get signed up. So let's all show up and make this holiday a special one to remember for these kids. Thank you.
Thank you, Kelly. I hope everyone will sign up. We Care is a great kickoff to the holiday season and just a lot of fun for the kids and adults. Next, we have a committee spotlight. Today, we're hearing from the Interact Committee, which is chaired by Randall Fluke, Judge, Executive Office of Immigration Review, Department of Justice, and Matthew Sylvia, Executive Vice President and Senior Lender, it's probably a leader too, First Financial Bank. Randall and Matt.
Thank you, President Ann. When you hear the word interact, I want you to think about Rotary on the high school level. Their kids meet about twice a month, and they learn about the service above self and about the four-way test. And there are too many of you here for me to list to thank for establishing the club at the Young Women's Leadership Academy. And I'd hope to be able to tell you today that we had another club at the I Am Terrell Academy of STEM and Performing Arts, but I'm not giving up on that. I can't tell you that good news now. But I'm excited to introduce to you the co-chair of the Interact Committee and the person behind the curtain who keeps everything running well at the Young Women's Leadership Academy, and you'll be very pleased and impressed to hear about that. Thank you. Matthew Sylvia.
Thank you, Judge. Yeah, so if we can go through the slideshow here. Go to. Okay, I'll just keep going. So with some of the highlights for the 24-25 year, they grew to 20 members in the school. Pretty impressive considering that they started off in 2022 with basically nothing. They grew with a very small group of sophomores, a couple of upperclassmen. This core of sophomores has moved through the years per se, and lo and behold, they look up, they're seniors one day, which is kind of crazy, but that flew by, and they spent a good amount of focus ending their year last year and starting the current school year to get some new members of their club, which has been great for them. They're getting some new ideas. They're really focused on having a sisterhood with their team and getting underclassmen to join the club. If you go to the second one with their community service commitments, I won't list off all of them. They have a goal of 10 to 15 community service projects a year. This wasn't anything that I told them what to do or the club. This was all on their own doing. I was trying to give them some guidance as to what a service club is all about. And these are some really motivated and very well-heeled individuals that are, our youth of the community, and they took full advantage of it. The one that is going to be coming up, and I'll give everybody a preview for the ASK. They do Families in Transition, where they collect items, toiletries mainly, small household items for mainly single women that are coming out of abusive relationships. They usually have children with them, and they're really starting off with nothing. So this is a great endeavor that they've done. It's 3 years going, so we're going to be sending out information here after the Thanksgiving holiday to the club for either cash donations or toiletry items, which I'm more than happy to pick up. But this has been very welcomed by the organization that they're serving here. In addition to the other items that they're doing, it's about 30+ hours of community service that they're doing. This is going above and beyond, if you ask me. They're trying to have a focus of obviously local, global impacts, just like we do with Rotary here, Fort Worth, and with Big Rotary. And then on top of it, they're building up their leadership bench. They meet 4 times a month, up to during the school day, and then they have one meeting at 4 o'clock, which I attend at the end of the month. President Yan was nice enough to attend the last meeting, and it was a great, engaging conversation. It's meant to be casual. They have lots of questions, and they're very excited to talk about what they're doing and get some advice. So there's going to be January through April will be some opportunities for club members to speak with them. It's the last Tuesday of the month. I'll be putting out some asks after the holiday here. If you'd like to attend one, be more than happy to do it. It's probably 10, 15 minutes out of your time. I think you're going to leave really impressed with the young women that are serving the Interact Club here with Young Women's Leadership Academy. You know, and the other thing too is that they stand out as a group with their school. They're probably one of the more active groups. They get a lot of kudos for that. They actually get a lot of interest in it, and it's actually building interest in what Rotary is all about. I mean, you know, at the end of the day, I was in Rotary as an Interact member in 1997. That's how I got introduced to it. This is a fantastic opportunity with Interact. It works, they're engaged, and they actually want to make a difference in their community. So if I could give you a quick State of the Union of the Young Women's Leadership Academy Interact Club, say it's strong, it's growing. It was a great investment by this club, and I want to continue to see that investment. I appreciate the support of the board and the club financially, and giving us the opportunity to grow this. And to Judge's comments, I know he won't give up on I Am Terrell. I know there's going to be other opportunities as well. And this has been a really good way for the club to get, you know, if you ask me, they set a really high bar. They're going to do a great job, and we'll be able to use them as an example for other Interact clubs as they come online. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Randall and Matt. You know, the Interact Club four-way speech contest is coming up in March, and we'll be hosting the entrants from YWLA as they give their speeches. They're a great group of young women, and the speech contest is always impressive. We'll have an opportunity to interact with them at that time. As you know, tough crowd. As you know, thank you. Next week is Thanksgiving, and as Rotarians, we have much to be thankful for. Good friends, good programs, and good fellowship with each other. But it is the season of giving, and here to make a heartfelt request is the chairman of our philanthropy committee, Brenda Beveridge, Major Gifts Officer, Texas Ballet Theater. Brenda?
This is exciting. Real quick, so part of my job takes me to Dallas. I know. But the ballet, your city has a two-city ballet, so we have to be in Dallas. But one of the things I've been able to do is spend time with Rotary, the Rotary clubs in Dallas. And when they asked me what club I was from, I said Rotary Club of Fort Worth, and they were like, ooh. And I was like, I know. And they were like, oh, you guys do so much. And I was like, yes, we do. But it's happened to me everywhere. It's happened to me this summer when we went to district meetings. It happened to me here in, you know, with some of the other Rotary clubs. People are just excited that I'm part of this Rotary. But it is not about me. It's not about Brenda, because who am I, right? It is about all of you. That's who they're excited about. And we do so much in our club. We have amazing philanthropy or just committees. We have committee members that do so much. Our presidents, past and present, are so active. And it is just such a great club. And one of the great things about it is that we're givers. There's my segue. But I do want to tell you a little bit about what we are doing here. So my name is Brenda Matamoros. I'm the chair of the Philanthropy Committee, and I'm honored to share with you the launch of the Four-Way Donor Initiative. It's an initiative that strengthens our impact both here and in Fort Worth and across the globe. Yeah. The Four-Way Donor Initiative is simply in our club's the Four-Way Donor Initiative is simply our club's invitation to give intentionally. It helps us maximize impact locally and internationally build a strong culture of philanthropy within our club, and leave a legacy that lasts far beyond any single year. Okay. One of the most meaningful things Rotary is known for is supporting local nonprofits. These grants are not one-time gestures. They create dignity, resilience, and opportunity for children, veterans, and our wider community. And this year, the need is significant. We received 39 grant requests totaling $442,000. All from agencies that meet our standards and are doing outstanding work. However, our available funds allow us to support less than half of those deserving requests. To meet more needs, we must strengthen our endowments, the long-term fuel of our philanthropy. Here in Fort Worth, we have 3 ways to give locally: the Rotary Children's Fund, the Endowment Fund, and the Veterans Fund housed within the endowment. Each of these directly strengthen our local impact. Through Rotary International, our reach extends globally. We support peace, fight disease, including polio, provide clean water and sanitation, improve maternal health, expand education, build economies, and promote environmental stewardship. We also participate in Rotary District and global grants, including a global grant with Colleyville Club to bring clean water to a community in India, and a district grant funding scholarships at TCU. So Rotary International also offers several giving avenues, including the annual Share Fund. That's going to be important for later, and the Polio Plus. Both essential pillars of global Rotary work. So what can each of us do as Fort Worthians? I'm so glad you asked. The answer is beautifully simple. Participate in the 4-way donor initiative through meaningful gifts. In the spirit of Thanksgiving, we ask every member to support at least 4 of the 5 available funds, the 3 local funds and the 2 Rotary International funds. Give an amount that's significant to you, whether that's the $250 or another amount. Those who will be recognized as 4-way donors. Giving is easy. Use a QR code to complete the card on your table. Select the 4 or 5 funds you'd like to support and determine the amount for each. Here is one example. Nope, this is our president who, let's go back to So this is what the Rotary International president has to say. He says, it's not about what we can do alone, but what we can do together. Each contribution, no matter its size, joins with others to create a collective act of faith in humanity and in the future. So here's an example of how we can give. Do we have that slide? The example slide? No, we don't have the example slide. I'm going to tell you the example slide. Here's one example of how you can give a total of $250. You might give $100 to Children's Fund, $50 to the Endowment, $50 to the Veterans Fund, and $50 to the Rotary Annual Fund. Again, this is just one example, and the important part is that you participate. So 2 common questions we've already heard. And the answers are yes, if you give through membership renewal, that amount can count towards your 4-way donor gift. And no, you do not have to give $250. Please give any amount that is meaningful to you. At this time, we aren't set up to take monthly contributions because frankly, we haven't figured out the button. But here's a wonderful opportunity. Gifts of $250 to $500 to the Rotary Annual Share Fund made between now and December 31st will be matched with Paul Harris Fellow Points through the district, which is our District 5790. Do we have an example of that? No example? Okay. For example, here's my, a gift of $400 can be divided among the 5 funds, with $250 going to the annual fund. This qualifies for the district match. Now, the thing is, you have to donate $250 to the fund, to the Rotary, to the annual share fund, and then, however you want to break it up for the other 3. Whether you give 100, 250, 500, or something different, what matters is that you participate. Every gift strengthens Rotary's work, and we appreciate your generosity. If you have any questions, reach out to any member of the philanthropic group, philanthropy committee. We're here to help you with the process. Everybody who is on the committee who's here right now is wearing this lovely pin that says, "Ask me about the 4-way donor initiative." President Arezzo also reminds us, every time we give, we declare that our work will continue regardless of the challenge. Let us give with gratitude, with joy, and with hope. Through our gifts to both our local endowments and Rotary International, we build a legacy of peace, trust, and service above self. We invite you to join us and become a 4-way donor. Thank you for your time, your generosity, and your commitment to Rotary. We are grateful for everything you make possible. Thank you. I thought that was
Thank you, Brenda, and all the members of the Philanthropy Committee. I really want to add a personal note. This is not just another ask. It's a big part of who we are as Rotarians in Fort Worth. This Rotary Club, as Brenda said, has long been known for our grants program, assisting nonprofits with funding so they can make life better for the clients that they serve. From children to veterans, our grants are important to them. Your gifts as a 4-way donor will both grow our endowment and allow us to put service above self by helping others here and around the globe. I really hope you'll consider supporting this request. The need is great, and our grants to others make a huge difference. Thank you. Now let's turn to Secretary Karen Telshaw Johnson, owner principal Telshaw Johnson Law, PLLC, who has 5 second readings. We'll vote after each of the readings. Karen?
It's always great to grow our Rotary family. All right, so our first second reading today is Juan Manuel Acosta, CEO and owner of Maverick Realtors Group, classification real estate, proposer Rosa Maria Berdeja. I move his election subject to attending a new member Rotary information session.
I have a motion. Is there a second? Second. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Congratulations, he is elected.
All right. The second, Linda Boswell, partner and senior broker, Trans World Business Advisors, classification finance. Proposer, immediate past president, Rebecca Montgomery. I move her election subject to attending a new member Rotary information session.
I have a motion. Is there a second? All those in favor, please say aye. Any opposed? Congratulations, Linda's here, and we're very pleased to hear her.
Just by hair. Just made it. All right, third, Scott Brian Hall, title Business Development Director, company HNTB, classification engineer, proposer past president David Campbell. I move his election subject to attending a new member Rotary information session.
We have a motion. Is there a second? All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed, no. The motion carries. He is elected.
Yay, congratulations. Yay. All right, so Evan Robinson, Dean of the College of Pharmacy, UNT Health Fort Worth, classification, higher education, proposer Allison Ricks. I move his election subject to attending a new member Rotary information session.
We have a motion. Is there a second? Second. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed, nay. The new member is elected, and we will welcome him.
Congratulations. Last but not least, Jack Wilson, title Vice President of Commercial Banking for First Horizon Bank, classification finance, Proposer, past president, David Campbell. I move his election subject to attending a new member Rotary information session.
I have a motion. Is there a second? All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed, nay? The motion carries, and he is elected.
5 new members. Excellent. Thank you all.
Thank you, Karen. Thank you, Karen. Isn't it great to have these outstanding new members? As a reminder, if you know of men or women who might be interested in joining the Rotary Club of Fort Worth, please bring them to a meeting and visit with either of our membership co-chairs, Deanna Stewart or Rebecca Montgomery. And speaking of new members, please welcome to the stage Christina Judge, who's coming, who is the Executive Director of Mental Health Connection of Tarrant County, who is introducing our newest member. Christina.
Hi, everyone. I am so excited to announce our new member, Keegan Hand. Keegan is a Chief Development Officer at Lena Pope and has been with the agency 11 years. What were you, 12 when you started? As you know, Lena Pope is a 100-year-old nonprofit agency dedicated to supporting children and families with counseling and other programs. Like many fundraisers, Keegan got her career start in special events and was a wedding planner. And as someone who also used to work with brides, I know this will certainly earn you a quick pass into heaven when your time comes. After that, Keegan spent time in hotel and convention center catering sales before joining Lena Pope. And Keegan does have a very close personal connection to Lena Pope's mission, and she loves working with donors and supporters to see the change that they want to be brought into the community. Keegan's also an active member in the community and so excited about doing volunteer work for Rotary. She is also part of the Junior League of Fort Worth and served for 3 years on the board of the Association of Fundraising Professionals Fort Worth chapter. Keegan's husband is a captain with the Fort Worth Fire Department. They have 3 amazing kids, 2 girls, 1 in 3rd grade, 1 in kindergarten, and a very busy 2-year-old boy. Keegan shared with me, while she's excited about being a part of Rotary, she's not too excited about parking in the Fort Worth Club parking garage in her SUV. And for those of us who have SUVs, I told her just wait until she has to maneuver around a big dually pickup truck with a huge trailer hitch parked in a compact parking space. I know we've all been there. But anyway, welcome, Keegan. Do you want to say a couple words?
As I adjust this down, one of the main reasons I'm having trouble with the parking garage is I can't reach the ticket dispenser. I have to open my door. So if you get stuck behind me, just give me a little grace and I'll try to maneuver as quickly as I can. But I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to be joining Rotary and getting to know all of you wonderful folks. I'm supposed to say something clever or interesting. I will say that it is ironic that I'm married to a firefighter because I wrecked my first car by hitting a fire hydrant. Thank you for the warm welcome.
Thank you, Ann. Welcome, Keegan. We're so glad to have you. Here is your official membership pin, your certificate, and your t-shirt, which you can wear when you volunteer at We Care. All right. Thank you so much.
Picture real quick.
And we also have 2 new members who have earned their blue badges. As you know, it takes the completion of 6 acts of service to earn a blue badge. Please join me in congratulating Cheryl Harding and Chris Daniels. Come get your blue badges. Thank you. Thank you, Cheryl, and we'll catch up with Chris soon. Now it's time to hear about the Cowtown Marathon. Introducing our program presenters today is Brad Nowlin, therapist, Fort Worth Counseling Center. Brad.
How do you know if someone is a marathon runner? Don't worry, they'll tell you. This is an honor to introduce Heidi Schwartz and Macy Hill. We also have a few luminaries in the audience that I'd like to recognize. My lovely wife, Grace. I love my life with you, darling. Cowtown chairpersons, volunteers, board members, incredible people who help: Irma Allen, Brian Hawker, Jay Arizo, Jeremy Pruitt, Leanne Embry, the incredible Cindy Peck, Julie Rosiak, Jack Ogle, and Coach Gary Rock Chalk, Jayhawk, Gary Anderson. Both Heidi and Macy exemplify the Rotary ideals of service over self. Heidi Schwartz has been the executive director of the Cowtown organization for 23 years. In addition to leading the organization to numerous awards, including Best Marathon in Texas this year, she has led the CAF program, which is our sponsor, and has given out over 65,000 grants and pairs of shoes to children. I've personally observed how she manages all of the volunteers and staff and logistics, et cetera, with mastery. She's married to firefighter Larry Schwartz and loves on her family, including her cute three-legged dog, rescue dog Lucy. Macy Hill serves on our city council and chairs the Cowtown board. She's on too many other boards to mention, as well as with leadership roles for a variety of charities. Macy's married to James and has instilled running into at least one of her sons. She has overcome significant injuries, broken bones, ski accidents, vertigo, to be one of 23,000 people in the world who've done all 6 majors: Tokyo, Boston, London, Berlin, Chicago, and New York City. And of course, the Cowtown. Please give a warm Rotary welcome to Heidi Schwartz and Macy Hill.
Okay, we're going to try to wing the PowerPoint. Hi, my name is Macy Hill, and Brad, thank you so much for that warm welcome. As he mentioned, I'm the president of the Cowtown Marathon Board, and Heidi is our fearless leader. She does such a wonderful job over 23 years. Before we get started, I just want to give you kind of just a personal story from me on why running is so important and why I'm involved with the Cowtown. As Brad said, I've suffered a broken leg, a broken foot, but really I got started running in 2008 when I had vertigo after the birth of my second son. And I went to multiple doctors. We couldn't figure out what was wrong with me. It was a constant state of vertigo. And really it looked like James Hill had been doing some bad things to me. I'd run into walls and had bruises because I couldn't get my balance right. I finally went to a doctor, and truly he saved my life, honestly. Dr. Tana, he's since passed. But he sat me down and he said, you need to start running. And this sounds crazy, but you have crystals in your ears. And when you run, the pounding is going to alleviate that and it'll change your life. I know, I see your face. I had the same reaction. After 6 weeks of running, the vertigo went away. And so I just kept running, similar to Forrest Gump. You just keep going. And I ran to 14 different marathons. I've been around the world. I've met some really incredible people along this path that I never would have met otherwise. My running group in the morning usually starts about 4:30 a.m. It includes some sketchy politicians, electricians, teachers, attorneys, accountants, but really special people that have really impacted my life in a very positive way. When Heidi asked me to get involved with the Cowtown Marathon, my immediate answer was yes, not just because it's the impact it does to the city of Fort Worth, but the impact that it makes on the children that you're going to hear about today in the CAF program. We're going to run through a couple slides, give you some quick facts, but we have some really great prizes for those of you who dare to ask good questions. But we're excited to share this with you today. So, hi.
And I will also tell you how I got started in all of this. And I was not a runner. I was just a mom with my son, who was in second grade at school, decided to join the running club. And the running club came to run the Cowtown. And it was in 1994, and the PE teacher said if he ran, he had to have a parent run with him. Well, lucky for my husband, he was on shift at the fire station the weekend of the Cowtown, so I was enlisted. And Trey and I ran the 10K. It was the first time I'd ever run. It was the first time I'd ever run a race. And we did the 10K in 1994 and finished, crossed the finish line, and I thought it was so cool, I needed to go to work for them. And so I went and spoke to the executive director at the time and told her I wanted a job, and they didn't have any positions. And about a year later, I saw an ad in the paper that they were hiring, and I turned in my resume. In 1996, I started working as her assistant. And that's how it started, and now I've run multiple half marathons, and I've done 2 full marathons, and I'm still a runner. And I run with my son, Trey. So that's how it started for me way back when. And I don't have a clicker, but if we had the clicker, we can start telling you about our program. Thank you. Maybe. There it goes. So the Cowtown started in 1979, and it was just a group of men that got together. Some of them worked at UNT Health Science Center, and they decided that we needed a marathon in Fort Worth. Dallas had one, but Fort Worth didn't. And so they decided to start the full marathon, and they also had a 10K. The first year, there was an ice storm. They woke up on that first Saturday morning, and it was about 3 a.m. and there was ice on the ground, and it came out of the blue. Nobody expected it. So they went and drove the course and figured, oh, it's okay. And so they got some spray paint out of their garages, and they spray painted arrows on the ice, and the runners showed up. And they had about 281 runners show up, ran it, and finished it that year. And that's how Cowtown got started. And it's happened the last Saturday of February since then every year, except in 2021 during COVID, we moved it to May. But other than that one year, it's always been the last Saturday in February. And this year, we are anticipating having 28,000 to 30,000 runners come run with us. So there's been a lot of history with the Cowtown. We started with the full marathon and the 10K, and in 2000, we added the adults we added a 5K. And we quickly realized that we had a lot of school teams coming, and we added that 5K, and all the kids were at the start line right in front of all those adults. And none of the adults could run competitively because there were kids hopping and holding hands and swinging. And so the next year we switched it up and we added a kids 5K. So the adults run one race and the kids run another race. And then we added multiple races throughout the years.
Okay, so we've really come a long way from our beginning. As Heidi mentioned, we'll have between 28,000 and 30,000 runners in the last weekend of February, which is pretty incredible. And it's not just from the city of Fort Worth. We have 14 countries that participate, which is pretty amazing. And then it's a little over $10 to $11 million in economic impact in that weekend alone, which is huge. And as we see the cultural district continue to grow, people visiting our hotels and restaurants, it's incredibly important to us to continue this race and make sure that we're giving back to the city as well. We do have an expo. We'll have over 80,000 people that'll come to the expo event. So if you're not a runner, I encourage you to come. You can shop, you can walk around, you can visit with different running companies throughout it's really across the nation that come. But it's pretty incredible to have that many people there. And one more little highlight to mention, Heidi did talk about all the different events. We're the largest multi-race event in the state of Texas. Is it United States? North Texas.
North Texas. Houston beats us. Houston beats us by about 200 runners, but we're heading to get past them soon.
How many people do we have in Rotary? But we can sign some people up today.
So race weekend is a lot of fun. We have the Saturday races, which this year will be on February 28th. Like I said, we're always the last Saturday in February.
But in 2004, we moved all of our races from the stockyards to downtown, and we were in downtown from 2004 until 2010. When we moved to Will Rogers, which is our home now, we made all of our races, instead of being all on Saturday, we split them. So Saturday, we have the adults 5K, the kids 5K, and the 10K. And we anticipate about 18,000 runners this coming February 28th. And then on March 1st, we have the half marathon, the full marathon, and the ultra. If anybody wants to try it, it's 31 miles, so we'd love to have you. And we'll have about 12 to 13,000 runners running on Sunday. This is a picture of the start line from a couple of Cowtowns ago, but we have, if you've never been to the Cowtown, and even if you're not a runner, we'd love to have you. We have 4,300 volunteers, and we would love for y'all to come and see it. It's something that you can't imagine until you get there when you see the sea of runners. Brad's got some prizes he's going to hand out in a bit, and we've got a couple prizes to be able to have access to our VIP tent. So we'd love for you to join us in that tent.
Okay, so our expo, as I mentioned, we have about 80,000 people that'll come and visit the expo. We have 60 different vendors approximately. And when people come in to pick up their bibs, they're not just coming in from the city of Fort Worth or Dallas. We have 64% that are local, and the remainder are international and national competitors. And it's really great if you've not been to the expo to get to visit with kids that are coming in to pick up their bibs for the first time. There's a lot of joy in that, especially those that are running the 5K or the 10K for the first time as well. And you'll see people with different bibs. They had the challenge bib that we're going to run both days. There are crazy people like that will run a 10K and then run the ultra the next day. I'm crazy, but not that crazy. But it's fun to see those people as they're picking up their bibs. I think, what else? Hi, what else am I missing about the expo?
It's free, so come on down. We'd love to have you. And again, if you aren't a runner, but you want to be able to be involved, it's a great place to help volunteer on that Friday especially. We need a lot of volunteers to hand out packets. So maybe Rotary could have their luncheon that Friday at Will Rogers. Some fun facts about the Cowtown that you probably don't think about, but at the Cowtown every year, we hand out about 18 to 20,000 bananas. And on Sunday, we hand out 10 to 13,000 warm biscuits to all of our marathon runners. We hand out 25,000 Bluebell Moo bars, and we use 350,000 paper cups, 13,600 feet of bike rack, 1,250 barricades, and 27,000 traffic cones. It takes an army to put all of this together. It's quite the operation.
On a couple more fun stats, 114,668 safety pins are used. And yes, we count every single safety pin. Can you imagine? 270,000 gallons of water, 36,000 energy bars, and we hire 300 police officers to help support us. This really is a whole city event. We have 56,000 shirts, and we donate over 5,000 pairs of shoes and socks to children that participate in the CAF program each year. And more importantly, it takes 4,300 volunteers, and as Heidi mentioned, we'd love to have you, whether it's the expo or on race day.
And you know, the Cowtown is really, really important to us, and it is the staple of our organization, but we put on races throughout the year, and I don't think people realize that. Oh, and let me go back to this. Do you want to talk about this first? This is the slide. This shows the heat map of where all of our runners come from. So we have every state in the United States represented, and then this past year we had about 14 countries, and those are the countries that we had participate.
And I did see Sister Cities, little shout out. We did have a France delegation here that ran last year. I've never seen people more excited to run, and they were ready. They enjoyed it. They had a great time, and they exchanged their medal of their marathon from Nîmes, France with us as well. So that was pretty cool.
And we've heard that a few of them are coming back this year because they had so much fun. So, and I think, Carlo, that a few of them have already registered, so. So also, not only do we do the Cowtown in February, but we put races on throughout the year. So we put on a race in May for the Professional Bull Riding Association. It's a 5K, 3K. You can come out and run that if you'd like, but if you do the 3K, you got to wear your cowboy boots. That's a requirement. We also put on our calf run. That calf run is to jumpstart our fundraising and the awareness of our calf program, and that race is in October. And then coming up on December 6th will be our candy cane run. It's a 5K 1-mile run through the West Cliff West neighborhood, and they get to run or walk and see all the Christmas lights. It'll start in the evening. So you have time to register for that one and Cowtown. What is the next? The Trailblazers training.
So we do have the races, obviously, on the last weekend of February, but we have different training programs that we offer. We have the Trailblazers training program for adults and the Cadence training programs for the kids. Also beyond that, the reason that we do what we do is the CAF program, and I want to just highlight that for just a minute. The CAF program teaches kids fundamentals of running, everything from nutrition, proper running form. But I think the most meaningful thing we do for these children is that we provide shoes and socks to kids that would really, this is their first pair of shoes that actually fit. We go out to Fort Worth ISD, sit down with the kids, visit with them, and fit them for shoes. And when I did it last year, this was my first year to really spend time and sit down with these kids and talk to them. I had a child that walked up to me, and the shoes that he was wearing were almost 5 sizes too small. They were hand-me-downs. It was heartbreaking. We put him in a brand new pair of shoes, brand new pair of socks. They actually fit him. They probably were a little bit big to give him room to grow. And he asked, he's like, can I have these? Can I walk out with these? I was like, of course you can. These are yours now. And so he put his old shoes in his shoebox to take home to his mom. And that to me was the meaning of what the Cowtown is all about. We are here as a community organization. We are here to support the kids and support the next generation. And so the money we raise all year long through the races, we spend about $200,000 giving back to the CAF program to support these kids. And at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. It's not about putting on a flashy race and having 14 different countries there. That's part of it, but at the end of the day is helping the kids.
So last year we gave out 5,400 grants. This year we're hoping that we'll be giving out about 5,800. We've had about 100 schools submit grant requests already, but we still have a few more coming in. And if you've ever seen an operation, it's quite an operation to be able to get these shoes delivered to all of these children. We anticipate we'll have about 115 schools that will participate in the grant program, where we will provide these students with shoes and socks, and we also provide them with their entry fee. They do pay $10 because we want them to have a little skin in the game. We don't want them to get up and it be cold outside and them not go outside and run. So they do have to have a little ownership in it and contribute $10 themselves. But we anticipate this will be about 5,800. We will start the first week in January. We have a trailer. It's our mobile shoe store, and it's full of shoes, and we travel to 3 to 5 schools every day, and we fit every child with shoes. We don't just drop off the boxes. We fit them with the shoes to make sure that they're getting proper fitting shoes, and they're the right shoes for running. And we have a team of volunteers that helps us with that. Irma, who's in the audience, she helps us with it every day. She's retired and she volunteers, and she's with us from the first week of January until the 3rd week of February, Monday through Friday, working it like a job. And it takes quite a few people to help us do it that way. We also have activities at the office if you ever want to join us. We have yoga classes, Pilates classes, mobility classes. We do all of this so that we can help raise funds and awareness for our programs. I want to show you this quick video, and then we'll go from there. This tells the story a whole lot better than we can, if I can get it to it.
Well, I think especially in this day and age, there's so much screen time, there's so much time kids are spending playing video games or staying at home, especially if their parents are working. They don't have the opportunity to get outside and get exercise. And it's just so important for them to keep that part of their life going, because they can take running through their entire life. CAF stands for Children's Activities for Life and Fitness. We want to get children outside, exercising, active, to learn that it can be a lifetime of fitness that they can have by participating in it. We go to the schools, we work with the kiddos, we teach them healthy snacks, healthy diet ideas, how to make healthy snacks when they get home if they're home alone. We teach them proper running form. We teach them that running isn't a punishment, but it's an enjoyment that they can have. And so we want to make sure that these children enjoy running. And so we provide all of them with socks and running shoes so that they can actually enjoy running and not finish with blisters or pain in their legs. And when we get there and we're taking their shoes off of their feet, a lot of these children are wearing shoes that are 2 and 3 sizes too small. And I don't think people realize the importance of having proper fitting shoes and how it makes you feel completely different than if you're squeezed in these little tiny shoes. They're running to have fun, to enjoy themselves, and to feel better. And the endorphins of running, just it gives them energy and helps them in the classroom when they're to stay focused. So there's lots of benefits to being able to get the kids involved in this program. So we have lots of different sponsorships opportunities, from in-kind sponsorships to cash sponsorships. If you're a sponsor, you get to have your name put on many things, in the news, in print ads, in digital ads, on signage, banners, and then in social media posts throughout the year. So there's a lot of benefit to being a sponsor. You're going to get a lot of visibility out in the community. These kids are going to grow up to be adults in the active workforce. They're going to be healthy because they're going to be running. So they're great for the community, for the businesses. And the people that are running and the sponsors that are participating, they're helping make that happen. They're helping grow a healthy community.
We'd love for y'all to join us in February. I'd love for you to be a runner. We have room at the Ultra still, if y'all are interested in that. If you're not a runner, we'd love to have you as a volunteer, whether it's race weekend or to come to the schools with us and fit these children with shoes. But we appreciate your time. We do have some prizes if we have time for questions.
You know, we're running short on time, but I think if we can have anyone who wants to ask questions to come to the front, Brad has some prizes. So if you're interested in winning a prize, ask a great question. Thank you so much, Heidi and Macy. We really appreciate you being here today and sharing with us about the Cowtown. It's a tradition of the Rotary Club of Fort Worth to make a contribution in your honor to Polio Plus Fund of Rotary International. For over 38 years, Rotary has worked to eradicate polio, providing 3 billion immunizations to children around the world. We appreciate you presenting this program to us and hope to see you again. Thank you very much. We have just a few quick announcements before we close. Thank you for hanging in there with us a few minutes extra today. We want to thank Cowtown CAF for sponsoring our program today. Remember that the January through June 2026 dues are due, and if you haven't voted for the 2026-2028 Board of Directors, please do so. We have 10 excellent candidates, but you can only vote for 5. You can't go wrong. We just need you to vote. Next week, there is no meeting because we'll be celebrating Thanksgiving. Remember the 4-Way Donor Initiative as a way to show gratitude and to ensure that as a club, we can provide assistance to others. For those of you interested in the Parade of Lights, it has been postponed from this Sunday to the following Sunday, November 30th, because of the weather. Finally, thank you for being a Rotarian, for your service above self. Our meeting is adjourned. Happy Thanksgiving. Thank you. Thank you so much. Good to see you, Macy. I'm so sorry we were